I mean, the way we started was, something we've seen a lot this year. We've had really good starts at times. There have been times where we've been in the hole as well. But to have a start like that and then kind of let it go in the second quarter, I mean, that was the quarter that, put us in the hole. It was a -13. And I think we had 6 turnovers in that quarter. We had 2 in the first. And so the formula for the game was pretty set. And that's something that's plagued us all year long. It's just having that segment of the game or one quarter that just kind of put us in the hole, and we just haven't been able to do enough to overcome. We had a pretty good third and a decent fourth. There was some mishaps on defense in the fourth as far as switching that gave them a few buckets. And then we fouled a lot. 43 free throws, that's a lot. But they missed a lot. So it wasn't like, the free throw game totally crushed us because they missed so many. But the second quarter was, as you said, once we had the start, the second quarter just put us in such a hole. And it was a bit deflating for the guys, but I thought we got it back at halftime.
He was sensational, emotional, the way he took over in that second half.
Yeah.
What did he show you as a coach?
Well, he's just, he showed me even more in the locker room just now. He talked passionately about, the things we need to do and how everybody has to be, in the boat and accountable for where we are. You have to be real about where we are. Nobody wants something like this attached to them. The bottom line is it's my job. It's my responsibility. When you look at the record, coaches are graded on their records. That's the bottom line. But in relationship to Cade, he got in some foul trouble early, and I knew he was going to put it on his shoulders to get us back in it in the second half, and he did a wonderful job.
Coach, how heavy was that number 27 weighing on you guys coming into it?
I'm sure it was. I mean, again, when you look at records, you think of coaches, you know what I mean? But I'm sure the players don't want that attached to the name on the jersey. And was it, heavy? It's been heavy for a while. That's just the nature of this kind of losing streak. And, it's not going to change because we're grading the level of it. We got to do what we got to do to change it.
Late in the game, when they are so close, I think it was within 3 and 154 left, that they get a little tight because of what's on their shoulders right here, right now?
I would imagine that that's a part of it, but that's part of NBA basketball. I mean, if you're ever going to be what you want to be someday, you're going to have to deal with that level of tight, you know what I mean? We had a number of opportunities on offense. We missed open looks at the free throw line. We had a couple of situations that we turned the ball over. Like we had opportunity. I don't think that was tight. We just missed, you know what I mean? So, but is it heavy? Yeah, I would imagine for everybody it is. Nobody wants this kind of thing attached to them. And, I was brought in here to change this thing. And it's probably the most on me than anybody. The players are playing their hearts out. I got to get them in a position where they don't feel tight or heavy. But, it's where we are. That's the reality of the situation.
Defensively, what are you seeing, especially with a lot of the breakdowns, just straight line drive?
Yeah, I mean, the straight line drives were that's with any team in the NBA. You got to be able to guard for at least 2 dribbles. I was more concerned with the times where we didn't switch when we were supposed to and gave them space. We had a few breakdowns that just cost us, whether it was Cam Johnson slipping out for a shot or somebody, we didn't read it. They got to the paint and they found somebody for a 3. Those are things that, we have to continue to teach. We've gone over it, and I got to do a better job of making sure guys know what they're supposed to do.
It seems like Darren really set the tone for the team, especially defensively. Just what did you see from this first time back?
I mean, it's pretty clear, his effect on the game. I certainly didn't want to play him that many minutes his first time back, but we needed him. And, we win the rebounding game, and that's something that we haven't done like this in a while, and he's a big part of that.
Monty, is this losing streak something you can even fathom? Like, would you have known what the number was 2 months ago? The single season losing streak?
No, you don't think about that stuff, I don't even think about the opposite. You only think about building your team and someday making the playoffs and then winning. You think about those things. I never think about streaks in that way. It's just not something that's ever crossed my mind, but, here we are.
Monty, how much is that a part or not of your, when you talked to him before the game, or maybe now, or just now after the game, and the occasional voting, the chance that obviously they hear, do you deal with that with them? Or
No,
them process that?
I think that's something that we all have to process on our own. I mean, what am I going to say? Our guys feel bad enough. I'm not going to remind them, of what just happened out there. They know that we have to change that, and the way you change it is by winning. It's not something that you want. That's all I'll say about that. I don't have anything to say. I'm more focused on the game than I am about anything else as it relates to negative chatter or something like that.
Can you reflect at all on how fired up these fans were and how electric this place was in the good times tonight and how good it could be?
What are you saying?
I mean, the crowd was really into this game. I mean, they nearly packed this place.
Yeah.
It sounded like a playoff game, even though you had lost as many games as you had in the
No, we appreciate it. I mean, that's something that, look, we as a team, me as a coach, the players, we all feel bad when you have your fans come out and stick with you and over the Christmas holiday come out and watch you play, and it was a really good crowd tonight. It's just unfortunate that we couldn't come up with the win.
Just from your time as a player and as a coach, is there any element of adversity that you face when you just like kind of look to, just kind of like reflect on to kind of get through this?
I don't think anybody in our locker room, on our staff, has ever been through anything like this. So I don't have any reference point for that. I've been through tough playoff losses, and this is relative to that. When you lose a playoff game, when you get eliminated, this, kind of feels like that. Basketball is what we do. It's the body of work that we take a lot of pride in, and you take pride in it because you want to win, and we just haven't done that. And again, that's on me.
Coach, 35 seconds left in the game. You come right out of the timeout. Hurts has not the best look after Cade had just scored 10 consecutive points. Was that the look that you wanted right out of the timeout?
The look was for Cade in the corner, and they took it out.
Next one.
Yeah.